Hey everyone, I'm Robert and welcome back to our series on building a SaaS product. Today we're going to talk about some critical aspects of this journey. We're going to discuss using ChatGPT for website copy, how to hire a designer from Fiverr, and also going into Webflow, Wizard, and Xano, which is the tech stack that I plan to use for building this application. And I just want to say thank you to Jacob Wilson for suggesting these topics, particularly about ChatGPT and hiring a designer on Fiverr. Your questions and suggestions are really helpful. They give me a perspective on what to focus on next and motivate me to continue this journey to document it. So thank you for that. When it comes to ChatGPT, using it has really been a game changer. This is how I personally maximize its potential. So first, this is an iterative approach. So I'm continuously refining ChatGPT's outputs based on feedback to ensure that the final content aligns with my vision. The way that I do that is by giving it competitors to analyze. I ask it to visit those websites and to become an expert on their content. They've already figured out their messaging, who their product is for, their unique functional benefit, and other aspects of their product. So this really helps in crafting unique and also effective copy. And so after I've provided it with links to competitors' websites, I then provide it with structural inspiration. So I ask it to mimic the structure now of websites that I like. So like this, for example, I like how they have a hero section, integrations, testimonials, and then features, and so on. So this approach ensures that the website content is impactful both in the messaging and the structure. And this also helps me avoid the need for any placeholder lorem ipsum text. By the end of this process, I want to have a comprehensive document that completely explains what I want the designer to do. I don't want to go back and forth over what the copy has to be or what the section order is, because that leads to burnout. This process helps me avoid that. And by going back and forth with ChatGPT, I'll tell it specifically to add in all the copy. I don't want any placeholders because that just means more work for me later. The whole point of this is to make your life easier. And if you get the right output from ChatGPT, that's what it can do for you. So for Fiverr, the first thing I like to do is to browse profiles to match my vision for the projects. I'll find 2 or 3 designers and I'll send them a crafted message. I'll just go over to their page, I click contact me, then I'll message them. And in that message, I'm sending them a video that explains their overall idea, and I'm sending them a document that explains an outline of basically what I need overall. That document is the output from ChatGPT. And what I'm trying to do here is gauge the designer's understanding and their interest. And my priority are the designers who are open to doing a call with me, because this really shows their responsiveness and their compatibility. Really, the most important thing for me is not only their design ability, but their communication skills. And so that's what I'm looking for when I'm hiring somebody from Fiverr. So I'll send this message out to 2 or 3 people. And now I know that they have all the information they need in one message. So I can move on to other things in the meantime. Now let's talk about the tech stack. Let's think of it in terms of a restaurant analogy. Webflow is like the front of the house. This is what customers see and interact with. Wizard is like the server. It's transforming Webflow's design into an interactive web app. And it does this by communicating with Xano. So Xano is like the back of the house. This is like where they're cooking the food. This is where they're handling the data management and the server-side operations. It's relaying the information to Wizard, who's bringing it back to Webflow so that it can be displayed to the user. And Wizard acts as the server to communicate that back to Xano. This relationship creates this dynamic web app as opposed to a static website, which without Wizard and Xano is more like a brochure. So while the designer is finalizing certain elements, I've begun building the app in Webflow to provide a tangible, interactive product quickly for user feedback. So you can see I have the mobile versions of this already set up. This is all mostly placeholder design. We're going to add in the details later, but this is really the heart and soul of the application. You want somewhere where people can come in, see the information that they're supposed to see, and have those critical elements for them to interact with the web app. You can see I also have a login screen built here. And again, it has been optimized for mobile. So the upcoming content is going to focus on how we integrate Wizard and Xano, specifically with user authentication and getting in those real-time interactions. How do we update the data on the actual dashboard? For example, how are we going to tie this all together? Thank you for watching this episode. And again, your feedback is invaluable. And if you found this interesting, just please comment and just let me know your thoughts. Just stay tuned for the next steps in this process where we're going to talk about integrating more functionalities, and we're going to keep building and keep innovating and just exploring the new possibilities that this technology offers to us.